Here we go, David Benavidez. Honestly, really good to meet you. You know, I was thinking about this as I was getting ready for this interview. I was thinking, you're 28, 30 24 knockouts, two-weight world champion. Are you where you want to be? Like, if you had your kind of crystal ball when you were young and said, okay, when I get to 28, I want to be there, how far away are we from it?
To be honest with you, I'm not where I thought I'd be at. The only reason why I haven't achieved what I set out to achieve is because I've been denied fights. You know, um, by this time I would have wanted if I had the crystal ball like you said, I would have been unified world champion. But that hasn't happened yet. So that makes me even more motivated. Makes me work even harder because now I have a big goal and I haven't accomplished it. I've won world titles in two different weight classes and I'm still chasing that, that vision that I'm so badly seeking. But it's gonna come soon with time and patience. Everything comes, and I'm gonna be ready 100% when it comes.
Is that vision a name or is it titles? Like, you can become unified champion without, especially in boxing nowadays, without beating the guys, right?
Yeah.
So is it a name you're chasing or the titles?
No, so to be honest with you, how I see it, at the end of the day, every name runs out. So what you're really chasing is just the titles. I'm really just chasing the titles, and I'm just really looking to beat whoever is the best in my division. Because like I said, people, once you beat them, you're always gonna need another person. You're gonna need another person, and I'm not really. I don't really feel like there's that one fighter I'm after. I just want to show my greatness, and then just keep continuing to beat great fighters in the sport.
The person you were chasing at 168 was Canelo, right? I mean, we can go over old ground, but we didn't get it, so you made the jump to 175. As soon as you made that jump to 175, in my head, I couldn't get past the dream fight between you and Beterbiev. That was the one I was like, that's like two car crashes, right? And then the next one was Bivol. Obviously, it isn't those guys as well. So is there a disappointment that you ain't fighting either of those guys?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a disappointment that I'm not fighting those guys. But right now, like I said, it's just patience. I honestly I respect the fact that Bivol is granting Beterbiev the third fight, because it's really honorable. Beterbiev gave him the first chance, and now he gave him and they gave him the rematch. So I think that's an honorable thing to do. But now it's just like, how long is that going to take? When is that going to happen? You know what I mean? We waited a whole year and nothing happened. So it's just now is like I said, I'm just going around and I'm beating the best in the division. And Anthony Yard, I think he's like ranked number 4, number 5. He was a great fighter, a veteran. He's fought a lot of great fighters as well. And that's where we're going. Now we're just picking off the great fighters on the side.
Waiting for the
Yeah,
dogs
waiting.
to wait.
Yeah, waiting for the big dogs.
How close was it to being Callum Smith? You were there for the Boatsi fight. You saw that fight, and that fight was action-packed. And everyone thought, okay, maybe you versus Callum. How close was it to being Callum?
It was close to that fight was very close to happening. I don't know what happened. I think they offered him a number that they weren't happy with, and we ended up going with Anthony Yard. But both of those fights, are really good. I thought the fight with Colin Smith, it was going to be a treat for the fans. But even the fight with Anthony Yard is going to be a treat for the fans too. I think they're both great fighters. I think the one that we were after Colin Smith a little bit more because he was going to bring me, with the victory with him, he'd bring me another interim title. So that'd put me in even closer position to find the champion. So, but like I said, after this fight, everything goes good. We're gonna get this victory, and then we're probably gonna get Callum next.
I look at you, and I have no idea how you made 168. I'm looking at you, I have no idea how you make 175. What's it like being at 175, those extra few pounds to play with?
Feels good, man. It just once you know how to lose weight, you know how to train. It's easy. Cutting weight is cutting weight. It's not easy, but once you know how to do it, it becomes easy.
Do you think of things like pound for pound status? Always, some fighters don't care, some fighters do. For me, you're a pound for pound fighter. You're in that top 10 now because of what you've done. Do you care about that? Do you care about that conversation?
Yeah, definitely. I actually got really happy my last fight because I cracked the number 10, I think it was. And, that's when everything goes away, when the titles go away, and there's just that ranking list of the best fighters of all of the whole world. That's really what you're chasing after too. And I'm happy that I cracked the number 10 list and the number 10 spot, but we're after number 1, and we're gonna make that happen in the future.
Yeah, and you got the opponents around you, right, to get to that number 1, even maybe a jump to cruiserweight. What is the chase for you now? You've won world titles. The world titles are there. They look really good on the table. Money's good, fingers crossed, right? You don't want to check a guy's pockets, but money should be good. What's the big chase now? Now you've ticked those big 2 boxes. What's the third box?
Just becoming unified world champion, you know what I mean? And then just becoming that dominant fighter that the people want to see. You know, I want to be a fighter that is respected, you know, a fighter that has, you know, honor, that has nobility. I want to be an example for the youth, you know, and the kids coming up. And, you know, that's what's on the list right now. That's what's next on the checkbox. Just becoming the best fighter in the world and winning all the belts and, you know, just becoming an example for the youth.
I think your performances have been incredible. I thought the Morrell performance was just almost something special, considering how good Morrell was. Like, a lot of people gave Morrell a good chance. Did that show something about yourself? Like, when it needs to go up a few gears, you can go through those gears, and you only know when you know. Now you know.
No, I've known this whole time. I've known that once I get in there with the best of them, the best comes out of me. It's just that it's been hard to get these opportunities, you know, because a lot of guys act like they act like they're like that, but they're not really like that. You know, they just talk and talk and talk. But actually getting them in there and actually living that moment, you know what I mean? I knew I was gonna beat Morrell. You know, I knew it was gonna be a hard fight, you know, but I took the chances, I took the risk, and I went in there and I schooled them. You know, I outclassed them. And I think that just shows what level of boxing I'm at. When that guy, he has everything. He has speed, he has defense, he has power, he has everything. And I outclassed him the whole fight.
Yeah, you did what Morrell did, but better throughout. A Riyadh season event, you've seen these events on TV, they're crazy, right? I mean, Turkey's making the best fight the best. This is your Riyadh season debut. Excited about it?
I'm really excited about this. I'm excited because now there's no room for anybody to run. You know, now nobody could outprice himself. You know what I mean? And then also, too, we get to put amazing cards together. Like this card, you know, it's me and Anthony Yard, Devin Haney, Brian Norman, Abdullah Mason, Bam Bam Rodriguez. You know, I mean, this is a dream card. And just for me to be able to headline this, you know, is definitely a dream come true. And I'm excited because that's going to be Thanksgiving weekend. Everybody's going to be at home. So I know for a fact everybody's going to buy the fights.
I don't know if you know, final one, I don't know if you know, Turkey mentioned a dream fight for you. And he said eventually he wants to see you versus Jao Pataya, which for me is the 2 most exciting fighters in boxing right now in terms of giving it.
I got to be 100% honest. I got to get myself started at cruiserweight first because Pataya is a beast. You know, I've been watching him. I like him a lot. He's a great fighter. But definitely, let me get up there. Let me see how it is. And I could definitely, like I said, I don't shy away from no fighter.
I think we know that.
That would be a great fight. I mean, it would be amazing not to have to cut weight. So it's just, you know, I'm in a great position right now because there's so much opportunity. There's so much opportunity at 175. I could go up to 200. There's a lot of opportunities there. And I'm happy that with all the work that I've done throughout my career, you know, I've been boxing since I was 3 years old. I'm 28, so I got 25 years boxing. So, man, all this work has been worth it. And then now I feel like this is barely the start of my career because these next 5 years is the game is wide opening for me to take it. And I'm gonna show everybody that I'm the best and I'm gonna be the face of boxing.
I believe you. Good luck in the next 12 to 18 months.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
The Ring 4, November 22nd. Watch only on DAZN.